Customer experience has never been more important, especially during the time that we are going through the COVID-19 situation. Customer need to focus on retention of the customer engagement, and the whole heart of that, the center of that is contact center, which is your customer service. Uh, Customer experiences itself is a lot more. It has a lot of. It's a big whole gamut, and if we want to talk about it, we can go on and on. But today's discussion is more focused on the contact center discussion and the contact center and being it as the center for your whole strategy across the customer experience. And when we talk about the contact center, we talk about the importance of voice, right? As a customer service, it's the voice which is one of the critical support channel. It is for complicated, high risk, and high value interaction. And to be honest, just to explain you one of the recent scenario that have been there was I got him a bank statement last week and I was really got into panic mode. The one thing that I could do is pick up my phone, talk to the bank, and get things sorted out. And the reality is people still like voice, right? They like to speak to someone to get things sorted quickly. With the current situation that we are in, especially the customer service, keeping in mind the customer service, voice is still the preferred channel, and which is under tremendous pressure to keep serving to the customers at the same time maintaining a high level of customer satisfaction, right? So since the start of the COVID-19 and the whole pandemic situation started, companies started thinking about deploying workforce from home. But not just in one department, it's pretty much everyone, HR, operations, finance, everyone wanted to think about it, come up with a strategy of how we can quickly deploy the workforce. So, and customer service department is not immune. They have their own challenges. So we've spoken to not many companies recently. And some of the core challenge that we have seen is the customer service department or the contact center department is either they are using on-prem solution, that's purely dependent, hardware dependent solution that they have, and it's really tough to scale the solution. Even if they find something which can meet the requirement, then there is a challenge for integration with the current ecosystem. That they are also challenged in terms of the pay structure. Solutions are very expensive, keeping in mind the current situation. And also there were serious concerns about security, right? So that's where Ziwo comes in. Ziwo comes in with your superpowers, and you might ask how Ziwo can help, right? So that's a good question to be asked. So when we talk about Ziwo, Ziwo is basically a cloud-based contact center solution. The solution can be deployed instantly within a week's time, I would say maximum. It has a full API-based architecture, which means you can integrate Ziwo with anything or any architecture in the backend solution. I will come back to the our APIs and the architecture in a couple of next slides. But what we have with Ziwo is we have voice channel, we have WhatsApp, which is where we'll be launching it next week. It's an only channel that we are driving ourselves towards, which will be followed by SMS. Having said that, one of the best part of Ziwo is keeping innovation, keeping ourselves innovative and adding more features and functionalities to the platform. So this will be followed up with new features like email, chat, social media, adding in AI and ML-based component to that, having sentiment analysis, chatbot, and trend analysis. And the best part is honestly, if you are a customer, you don't have to pay for everything. So it's all included. It's all the features and the new feature that comes in the future. That will also be free for every customer that you can start using it. And that's the journey from being a pure voice-based contact center to an omni-channel-based contact center solution, which will help you to engage customer at every channel and be there with readiness so you can have better customer experience. All right. And Zigo, the whole platform is packed with some of the amazing features like call tracking, right? And when the agents are on a call, managers can listen to that in real time. You can deploy agents remotely anywhere. So especially in the current situation where customer service need to look for a solution that they want to deploy, or maybe enable their customer agents for work from home, and that situation might go a little bit longer. So you need a solution that is scalable, that you can have it or deploy either at the work from home or bring them to the office and things like that. At the same time, as you say, customer experience is important. It's also important to collect the feedback for every call that you have. So Zivo has end of the call survey, so you can collect customer feedback. And it's mobility fast. We have mobile apps built up already for the managers, so they can pretty much manage their the call center or contact center from anywhere. And then on top of it, there are a lot of features like call recording, IVR, and transfer, which my colleague Tamer will go a little bit deep dive into that. Apart from these features that we have, Zivo, not just that, like Zivo is also GDPR compliant, which means so no worry about data security and privacy. And as I said earlier, one of the core features of Zivo is fully API-based architecture. So, which means for developers, they can use APIs and WebSocket and webhooks to integrate this with any solution at the backend that could be your AI ML based in order to get some reports and analytics that you want to do it, or BI based solution. But for non-developers, we also have plugins ready, which means you don't have to think a lot about the hassle of integrating with either Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, Zoho, SAP, Freshdesk, Zendesk, and this list goes on and on. And we are adding more plugins that will help our customers to have a seamless experience between the different apps. And especially when we talk about a lot of enterprise companies, they have one or the other solution that they're using at the backend, and they want a seamless integration between the apps. And that's the core of Zivo. That's our core architecture that's been a full API base and plugin. So you can always plug in the solution and start using it with seamless experience. And with a lot of those features and functionalities that we have, what we help all the customers is to manage lot of calls, especially that's happening at the moment. The volume that goes up and down. So we help the customers, companies handling large volume of calls or multi-channel customer service or customer support request. And also no hassle in integration. So we take care of the whole challenge of integrating Zivo or the contact center with any CRM and ERP. And also keeping in mind the current situation that we are going through with the COVID-19, there's an impact on a lot of companies. Uh, and obviously, they are hesitant in terms of investing more in any solution. So we have a very flexible model of payment. We don't ask for commitments. So there's no commitment required. You can decide how many agents you want, and at any point of time, you can scale it up or scale it down. And it's an easy model for every of our customer to start engaging with us. And obviously, one of the also challenge with the companies is investments in other hardwares as well. For Zibo, we don't need it. So we don't require any hardware, no software. What you need is obviously a computer with an internet and a Chrome browser, and you're ready to up. So your call center is up and running. And at the same time, Zivo Voice Network is global. With that, what we bring a huge value on the table where we can also provide you local numbers in different countries. Imagine or a company which is based in UAE, have an operations in Saudi, right? And you need a local number for that because it's really important for customers to feel that you are local and you are connected. So we can also have pretty much in every country we can provide a local number where the customer dial the number and it connect to an agent sitting very anywhere. So this is one of the, I would say, key benefit with Zivu in terms of having local numbers in different countries. And with all that we do, we at the same time we still manage the productivity of each agent connecting, what are they doing, what calls are they doing, how's the feedback, and how's the call rating. We still be able to manage all of that. Uh, isn't that amazing? It's not just that the whole Zero success is driven by customer success. That's what we believe in, and that's why our customer trust us. And we are very proud to be part of that precious moment with every customer. There are very few logos that I've added, and there are a lot more companies that we deal with, and we are so glad to be associated with them. And those engagements are going for the long time. One of the important aspect I would say with Zivo is or keep us on par of any of our competitor or any of the solution is its scalable model, which means we are platform agnostic. You can host Zivo on You can run it on public cloud, private cloud, or whether it's a Google Cloud, Azure, AWS gateway. So we got a lot of options that is covered within the Ziwo, and you can basically quickly up and running on any cloud. As I said earlier, one of the scalable option is instantly deployed. You might say, imagine a call center, full-fledged call center with agents getting up and running within a week's time. We have done that, and that's where we're really proud of it. Uh, so I don't want to bore you a lot with all my discussions and things like that. So what I could do is basically shoot a quick glance of Zibo, how simple and the way that we have designed it. But everyone, you know, keep in mind if you have any questions or if you wanted to get in touch with us, feel free to reach out to Redington team, or you can also reach out to me. And my email is there, right there on this, islam.khan@ziwo.io. Feel free to reach out, and we will be able to help you on that. Let me put it together to Tamer, and Tamer will walk us through with some interesting demo for the Ziwo. I think there is a question. Sorry, Ritesh, I didn't saw you. Looks like there's a question. You can start typing the question in question Q&A section. And at the same time, we will take a few more questions once after the demo as well. So you can also hold on some of the questions, and we will be able to help you with all the clarifications after that. All right. Over to you, Tamer.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tamer Marshood. I'm the Customer Success Manager at Ziwo, and thank you all for attending today's webinar. So, as my colleague Islam mentioned earlier, Ziwo is a cloud-based contact center solution, which means it can work anywhere. All you have to do is just to have an internet access, your laptop, and that's it. So, you'll be able to work with Ziwo right away. So, now you can see all my screen, right?
Yes, Tamer.
Okay, so basically now with Ziwo, we have a URL, and based on your credentials, we have two profiles. Either you are an admin or you are an agent. If you are an agent, it means that you'll be able to receive phone calls and you'll be able to make phone calls to customers. And if you are an admin, it means that you are monitoring the platform. You can create queues, you can create agents, and you monitor the live dashboards. You see exactly what's happening in your contact center live. Also, you have historical data, historical reports. I will show you all those features as we walk through the demo. But this is the beauty about Ziwo. Again, it's straightforward, it's easy, and it has a fresh and neat interface. It's not complicated, and you can do whatever you want with a matter of click, and that's it. So basically, now I'm logged in into my admin account, and this is the URL for the platform. Definitely, every client will be having his own instance, and then it will be followed by aswad.co. This is how it goes. Now we have those sections. We have the live dashboard section, we have the call section or the CDRs, we have statistics, and we have the settings. So before I go with the KPIs and the live dashboard, we will go through the settings. And here, basically, this is the basic setting where you do for Ziwo. Let's say like you can upload your own music, for example, when the customer is being put on hold, this is your caller ID. Definitely now, once you have a Ziwo account or Ziwo platform, and you request us to link the IDs in your countries. So here you will tell us like, okay, this is the number which I want my customers to see so that when they call back, I will receive it on the platform. And also here we have all the KPIs. So basically for the service level, as business standards, it is set to 80% of calls being answered in 20 seconds. You can change any value. For example, some customers, they like to have it as 90-10 or 90-15. So you change it and then you click on save, and right away those settings will take effect. Also, one of the most important KPIs, like everybody's having in the call center, is the first call resolution. So here you can set it as per your, let's say, requirement. You can measure it during the day as per shift, 9 hours, or like 24 hours, you need to convert it into seconds, and automatically it will show you the statistics for this KPI. Again, here through this KPI, it will show you how many repeated calls you are receiving per customer. So the higher the first call resolution is, definitely the better service you are having, and the lower this KPI is, it means that you are having plenty of repeated calls, and then through the call section you can listen to those calls and you can tell what's going on, whether you have like a broken process in your call center, or let's say you have a new agents and they require more training and they are not able to help customers. Now, also in Ziwo, we have a concept called clean calls and phantom calls based on the duration of the call. If, let's say, you have a call with a duration of 20 seconds and above, we categorize it as a clean call, like a normal call. And if you are having any call with a duration of 10 seconds and below, we name it or we categorize it as phantom call. Again, clean and phantom calls, they have nothing to do with the service level. Basically, this is a like categorization based on the duration of the call. So based on your operation in the call center, based on the average handling time for calls and call durations, also you can set these parameters for inbound and outbound calls as well. Also, you can set up end of call survey, which you can use for NPS surveys or CSAT surveys. All you have to do is just upload the recordings in the required fields in here, and you choose the language of the survey. Then we apply it to the queue where you want to use this survey. Now, definitely, as Aslam mentioned, Ziwo is fully API based, and if you are having any CRM or any, let's say, like non-CRM, for example, like Microsoft Dynamics 365, you have Zendesk, you have Freshdesk, you have, let's say, like Salesforce, you can integrate through the plugin. And if you are having your own in-house CRM solution, also you can integrate easily through the API. This is the API key, and we have a big library for all our APIs, and it is explained with examples and with the script. So it's very easy for your developers to understand how to implement and how to configure this API. So now if we go to the live dashboard, again, this is because it's called live dashboard, so it shows exactly what's happening in my call center right now from service level, how many calls I'm receiving, average handling times, how many agents are available, who's busy with the phone call, how many agents are waiting on the queue, and everything. So here, if we go here, we have, let's say, like all the KPIs, we have 44 KPIs, and they are categorized as per the type. For example, all KPIs related to inbound, they are mentioned here under inbound, and they have the color code of orange. All outbound KPIs also, they are here listed, and they have a color code of green. All performance KPIs also, they have a color code, and we have like generic KPIs. And as you can see, it's very, let's say, like simple. It's a switch, so either you turn it on or you turn it off. So for example, now I want, let's say, to average, like let's say, like average queue waiting time, it's off, and this is very important KPI. So if I turn it on and automatically I go here, I will see it here. It's already here. And then again, because as we said, this is your live dashboard. So definitely you want to categorize it anyway. Maybe you want to have all performance KPI next to each other. You want to have all inbound or outbound calls next to each other. So you can drag it and, for example, move it. So you can see I want to drag it here, let's say, to make more sense. It's up to you. You can rearrange the order of those KPIs based on your own, like way how you want to see the KPIs. Also here you have the queues, and what do we mean by queues? We mean if you're having any language in your IVR, let's say like a language skill set, like Arabic, English, French, or whatever, you can build this queue based on that, or it can be a team member or department. So for example here, we are categorizing them or creating them based on the let's say like departments we are having, like you can have accounts, customer care, like you can have your personal queue, office, whatever. So we have, let's say, many options, and this is based on your requirement. You tell us these are my queues and we create it for you. So now if you click here, you'll be able again to see a quick glimpse of what you are having in terms of the service level for this exact queue, how many calls landed, how many agents are assigned, how many agents are available, whether they are on a break, meeting, or outgoing statuses, and whether you are implementing any surveys on this queue. And if you are doing that, what is your NPS score and the average rating so far? Also now, if you click here, you'll be able to see agents assigned to this particular queue, and these are all the available agents in here. So for example, if I want to assign Islam, I click on his name and then I click on here, and that's it. He's already assigned to this queue. So this is very useful. For example, if you are having a peak hour and you have plenty of inbound calls, and you realize that, okay, the assigned agents to this queue, they are not enough to handle the calls, automatically as an admin, I come here again, I click on my queue, and then I see who's available, I click on them, and then I will assign them. And the same thing now, if let's say the peak hour is over and you are back to normal operation, you want to, let's say, like remove Islam from this queue, you just click on Islam and you do like this, and, and automatically Islam is removed from this queue. Now the same thing goes for the agents. As an admin, you can see all the agents on your platform, whether they are available, they are logged out, they are having phone calls, they are on a break, or they are having a meeting. So for example, if I click on here on Islam, I can also get like a quick view about, how many calls answered by Islam, if he's having like short calls, phantom calls, like what is the total call duration for Islam, if he's going on a break, if he's logged in and for how long, and if he has any surveys, on the calls he received. As an admin, again, I can, let's say now Islam finished his shift and he forgot to log out. I can log out Islam from here. Let's say now Islam went on a break and he forgot also to change his status. So I can come here and I can change his status. For example, he went on a break. I will choose it like this, and automatically you can see Islam is on a break and it will show here right away. So I will change it back again to available. And we have also one cool feature here, which is like call whispering. So if Islam is in a live call, and when he's in a live call, it will show here on call, and the color code will be purple. So if he's on a live call, I can click on call whispering, and then I will be having three options. The first option is to listen to both Islam and the customer. The second option will be whispering to Islam, where, for example, if Islam is a new, let's say, like joiner and he finished the training, so as a part of my peer-to-peer training, instead of sitting next to Islam and, let's say, make some confusion for him during the calls and this and that, I can easily sit from my office and do the peer-to-peer training remotely. So if he says, let's say, like incorrect information to a customer, right away I can whisper to him and I can correct it, and he will right away talk to the customer and tell him about the correct information. And now the last and third option, the last one, it's join the call. Let's say if I see Islam anyway is not able to handle the customer and the customer was upset and he was asking to call for a manager or something, I can easily join the call, and then it will be like a conference call between me, Islam, and his customer. So this is like a very good feature, especially for peer-to-peer training or to do live monitoring or live evaluation for the call center, for the agents call centers, while they are having phone calls. Now, this section, it's all about the calls. So definitely it will show exactly all the calls. You can see all statistics regarding the calls, start date, end date, everything. And we have plenty of columns and it's customizable. So you can add or let's say remove columns as per your preference, because definitely from one manager to another, everyone is having his own way to look at the data. So you can enable, you can disable those columns, and right away they will reflect in here. Now, let's say if you click on any call, automatically it will open like a pop-up, and it will show you all details regarding the call. This is the agent who answered the phone call, or it depends on the direction. Here it's an outbound call, so this is the agent who made the call. You can see if it's an inbound. I will show you now another example for inbound. But the most important thing, you can get all the details in here: talk time, duration, everything. And also as an admin, I can listen. You have a call recording. I can listen to the call, and I can download the call as well. I can share it with the agent. And we have a call ID. For every call, we have a unique ID. And this is used, for example, like internally, or if you have any, let's say, if you want to check something with our support team. So right away, you just send us the call ID, and we can check something or troubleshoot it for you. Here it will show again, this is the call flow, like it was ringing, then it was answered. It was ringing here at the customers, let's say like mobile number or landline number, and then we hanged up the phone and all the stuff. So you can see all the details. Let's see, this is all outbound. Let's see, this is an inbound call. For example, like this one, again, you see, this is all the details, and you can see the call flow. Now here again we have many filters. You can filter it by date, by agent, by queue, by position, by customer, like number. Now this is by the numbers assigned to your platform, by direction, inbound, outbound, by call ID. Also I can click on more filters, and I have plenty of filters like by how many repeated calls I get for a customer. For example, I want to see repeated calls like which were repeated like 2 times, and I want to check it, for example, for yesterday. So right away it will show me these numbers automatically. Now if I want to reset my filter, it's very easy. I click on reset, and then again it will show the complete data in here. And if I do any kind of report, let's say now if I click on like today, it will show only 7 calls. I can easily from here click on export to CSV, and I will have this report exported to CSV, and I can do my analysis there without any problem. Now statistics, definitely we have plenty of reports. So basically we have now these are the default ones. You have the default dashboard for inbound, you have a default dashboard for outbound, and agent performance. So if you click on any of those, let's say like dashboards, you will have those predefined reports. You can see for the service level in terms of answered abandoned calls, weekly metrics, like based on the calls durations, average handling time, phantom calls versus clean calls, and then you have details per queue, like how many, what is the total talk time per queue, and the average talk time per queue, average waiting time in every queue, and so on. And now for every report, you have many options. You can, for example, here edit it anyway, and you can export it to CSV. Now the same thing for outbound. It has all related, let's say, reports for outbound, as you can see. And we have also agent performance. So it shows everything regarding my agents in terms of occupancy, the status breakdown, like how much time they are spending on available, break, on a meeting, or ongoing, outgoing. It shows all those reports. This is the breakdown for answered calls and abandoned calls. Here, this is like the weekly outbound call results. This is for the inbound, this is for the outbound, and this is the also the breakdown for inbound in terms of the durations for the call, average handling time. This is for outbound. And again, I can extract those reports into CSV to work on it. Now I can create definitely many managers. Let's say they have their own reports and they would like to build their own reports and not to depend on the created ones. So it's very simple. So now if I click on here, I can let's say like I can name it, for example, like sample. I save it, and automatically it will open an empty dashboard. Here I have two options. Either I can use a predefined widget where the report is already made. All I need to do is just to select the agents and the dates, or I can build the report from the scratch. So if I click on the predefined widget, as you can see, we have these reports. They are already there. So let's say if I want to click on this one, I click next. I need to name it. And here again, this is like per agents. If you select, like say, a particular agent, it will be for that agent, or I will unselect all so that I can have everybody in the report, and I want to build it, for example, like yesterday. Then I will save, and automatically I can see my report in here. And for this report, I can again make it like extract it to CSV. I can make it in full screen. I can edit it. Let's say this is for yesterday. I want to change it for today. I can come here easily and I'll do it, let's say like today. And I will save. So you can see it's already updated, and you can delete it, of course. Now, the other way to create dashboards is to build it from the scratch. So here, this is like we have many ways how you want to, let's say, like represent your report or dashboard. So for example, if I want to use, you can see we have tabular, pie chart, bubbles, like bar chart, linears, Pareto chart, area chart, bar chart. So let's say if I want to do this report based on bar chart, again here I have all the fields which I want. So let's say I want to check agent statuses, for example. So now here this is the color code, or the let's say the trend for every status, or I can do it as a stacked value. So it will show it like this, or it can be like in different bars. And then I can click next. And here definitely I can choose it per agent, per minute, per hour, per day, per weekday, month, year. Now here, depending on the kind of data you, let's say you want to present in this report, you'll be having those fields. So if I go here again, for example, and I want to choose something which is not related to time, let's say I want to do it simply for inbound and outbound calls. So here you will see it. Next. Now here I have more options. I can check it per agent, I can check it per call center number, per queue, per position, and definitely per time, like intervals. I can choose it per direction or per customer number as well. And then I click next. And again, either I can choose all agents or particular agents. I want it for yesterday, and I need to name it. And I name it, and this is automatically my report in here. So this is basically all about statistics. Now here we have like, this is like where you can create queues, you can create agents. If you want to work on IVR, you can click on here, and if you know how to work with XML language, you can build your own IVR. If we expand it here, positions. Now if we have a feature called roaming agent, and this feature now it's very beneficial, especially if your agents are working from home, so they can receive and they can make calls from their own mobile phones. Okay, or if you want, they can receive it on the platform, and then like if you within a certain time, if they are not answering, it will be forwarded to their mobile after that. Dialer, we have an auto dialer. So basically, you upload the CSV file with your customer names and mobile numbers and the reason behind this. So if I click on here, I create a campaign. You can see these are all the campaigns in here. And if I want to click a campaign, I just fill the details and the settings, like how many retries, and between every retry, what is the time. You can choose also like the start date, end date, and from what time to what time. And then once you save it, it will be effective. And as you can see, you have here like a dashboard to see all the campaigns and everything. Now here, this is the list. You can see it. You can have also the statistics. For example, if I click on here, it will show me like all the statistics, the answering rate, and like how many customers I need to call, and how many customers in general they are there. And if I want to see statistics, it will show me like now this campaign is done. Answering rate was 63%, answering rate was 59, and I see all those reports which I can extract to CSV file as well. Now also we have like if you want to work with IVR, or if you want to upload like media files for your hold music and everything, you do it through the media uploader. We have smart or dynamic routing. For example, if you are having a VIP queue and you want like a certain list, when those customers are calling, they will be directly forwarded to that particular queue. You can do it from here. Call trackers, you can build it from here, and this is very beneficial if you are having plenty of DIDs. And let's say if you are having, for example, like we have one account like Dubizzle, so they have many, let's say, like customers, and they have also many agents or brokers, let's say, working with them. So you can build everything here under call trackers, and you can track exactly what's happening on your numbers and how many calls you are receiving and to which brokers they are forwarded and whether they are answering them or not. Here you have a list of the admin users on the system, and you can add admin users from your end as well. And you can do the settings, you can change it, you can delete it, you can block it. Here we have also the roles for the admins. You have like many roles, and you can also like admin role, you have like read only role. You can build it, it's very easy. If you have, for example, a QA role, you can build a QA role, and you can enable, disable those buttons as per your, let's say, like requirement. And definitely, as any system, we have the audit trail where you can check as an admin what's happening, in the system, let's say, like in terms of who changed what, who deleted what, and everything. You can see it like this, and it shows you the time, the date, and let's say what happened and who did it, for example. So you can see all the details in here. You can also filter it and you can check it. So basically this is all about the admin interface. Now if I log out from here and then I want to log in as an agent. Yeah, so basically this is my like my agent profile. As you can see, this is my name, my ID, and this is the status. From here I can choose like whether I'm available to receive and make calls, and whether I am going on a break so I will not receive calls, or I'm having a meeting, or this is like if I'm having any outgoing call and I want to do it. So if I change it in here, automatically the color code will change and the counter will start counting. This is the dial pad, and now like I'll show you, for example, if I'm making any outbound call, how it will look. This is the history, let's say, panel where I can see all my calls, and I can filter it either by missed calls or outbound calls or inbound, or this is all the calls. You can see it in here. And if I click on any number, I can listen to my call, and I can see stats regarding this call. So now to make any phone call, here you have this call again button, and if I click it, it will initiate a call, outbound call, or I can do it like this. This is one thing about Ziwo. If you are doing any outbound call, you need to enter the full international code. So let's say now I want to do it like this. So here you can see now it's dialing, and if you listen, I receive a phone call on my mobile, and right away when I answer the phone, I have many options. I can hang up, I can transfer the call, and we have two modes of transfer. We have the blind transfer where I enter an extension number and automatically I will transfer it to that extension, or attended transfer where, for example, I will enter Islam's extension number and then I will talk to Islam if he's available, then I will forward the call to him. This is like how it goes. Now, if I click on it, again, I have the blind transfer. I will enter the extension number here, then I click blind transfer, or if I click attended transfer and automatically I'll be connected to Islam. I'll tell him that, okay, there is a customer who wants to talk to you, and then I'll transfer the call to him. Now, if I go back, definitely because I put it transfer, automatically the call was put on hold. So if I want to unhold the call, I click on here. I can mute my mic so that if I want to ask my supervisor about something, and then I can unmute it. And here I have the dial pad, for example, if I'm calling a landline number and then there was an IVR, so I want to enter, options, I can do it from here. And then this is when I hang up the phone. So automatically, as you can see, this is my call, it's updated. I click on here and I can see all the details automatically here, and I can listen to my phone call. Also, as an agent, now I'm interested to see my stats. So here we have the stats bar. So today, so far, I didn't have any inbound call. So I don't have any duration for inbound call, but I made like 2 outbound calls, and this is the duration for it. I was available, or I'm still available for 3 minutes, 40 seconds. I went on a break for 6 seconds. I didn't have any meeting and I didn't do any outgoing status. And this is the total staff time for me. Again, now if I go in here, this is like where I will see all my calls. And again, I have here columns. So I don't want to see, let's say, like, for example, some details. So it will not be shown in here. Again, next to every, like if I highlight any row, I have this call again button and I can initiate the call automatically. If I click on here, I see the details again for the call. I can listen to the call without any issues. I can do a report, let's say like I want calls for today, and it will show me automatically the calls, and definitely I can set the direction as well. So as you see, the agent interface is very simple and neat and clean and it's straightforward, and you have nothing like to do about it. It's very straightforward. And now if I want to log out, I click here on logout and then I log out from the browser. And that's it. It will be like I'm logged out from my let's say like Ziwo account. Now, definitely, we have the plugin for Microsoft Dynamics. So now let me switch to it just a second. Okay, so basically now this is, again, this is a sandbox environment, but this is how it goes with Microsoft Dynamics. So after installing the plugin, or we call the CTI, like a plugin, and if you click on here, you'll be able to see this is the soft phone and this is the agent's name. Again, from here, I have all the statuses. I can choose available, on break, meeting, outgoing, or log out. So now I'm available. And now I don't have any contacts or whatever. And basically the plugin, how it works, you have the click to call feature. So if you click on any contact number, automatically it will initiate an outbound call. Now you can receive inbound call or do outbound call. And if the number is saved in your database here or under the contacts, automatically it will show the pop-up for this account or this profile. And then after the end of the call, automatically it will open like a task or a case. So now let's say if I want to make uh, a call to my mobile number, just to show you how it goes. This is the dialer. It's now ringing. now if I open the phone like this, so as you can see, automatically it brought my profile. This is Tamer Marshood, and like these are my phone numbers and everything. So this is like the summary. Now let's say like I'm done with the call. I will hang up the call. Automatically it will open now. This is like the case, and I can fill it here. Like this is a demo call, and you can fill whatever information required. So I will save and close. And automatically now this is my profile. Let me do it like this. This is my profile, and now you can see if I go into conversations, automatically this is my call, which
Tamir, your screen,
happened.
I think your screen got stuck at activities.
Activities. Now you can see it.
We can
Okay.
still see the sandbox.
Okay. I tell you why. Because let me share this one because it's a pop-up, so it's not in the same window.
Okay.
Just a second. Let me share it. And I will share. Now you
Yep.
can see it.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes, sorry. So now once I made the phone call, automatically there was another pop-up. So it brought my profile as Tamer Marshood. And then this is the summary. And after the end of the call, automatically under conversations, you can see my call attached. And this is today's date and the time and all the stuff. And the details, I can listen to it, I can download it and everything. And here now the cases. This is because today also like I registered a case, so it will be here registered under cases. If I click on it, I mentioned in the comment like this is a demo call, so you can see it in here as well. So this is basically how it goes with the, let's say now if I go back here under cases, I can see this is like today's like Tamer. This is my case for today and this is the date. If I click on here, you see all the details for the case and the conversation. You will see the call recording.
That's
So
awesome.
this is, yeah, it's very straightforward also like integration, and it's very easy, and you can see you have everything here in one screen, so you don't have to toggle between screens. And now once you do the integration with your Microsoft Dynamics, you don't have to log in from Ziwo. All you have to do is just here I will log in into my Microsoft Dynamics. Then here automatically it will be the soft phone. I will enter my username and password, and I will be connected right away, and I will start taking calls. As you
And
see,
that's a
it will be like
seamless.
this.
That's a seamless experience between CRMs and Ziwo.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to log in from Ziwo. Everything this is Ziwo. You log in from here, and you start working with your Microsoft Dynamics
Perfect.
easily. Yeah,
Great. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tamer. Thanks for the
you're
wonderful demo.
welcome.
Really appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Right. So what we'll do is basically order to wait for any questions. If there is any, we'll open the question and answer session for everyone. You at the left hand side, you can see Q&A. Just feel free to drop any of the questions so Tamer and I can actually answer that. But at the same time, one question that we have received is whether the model is a subscription based. Yes, the solution is purely subscription based, and it's based on per agent. We don't charge for the number of managers or manager license. It's purely only charged for the number of agents, right? And the other one is whether the solution is cloud based. Yes, solution is 100% cloud, and you can, as I said earlier, it's a platform agnostic solution, so you can host it on any other cloud. So we basically host it on any cloud, whether it's AWS, Google Cloud, Amazon, or any other public or private cloud. We can host it. Perfect. So, gentlemen, anyone have any questions? Feel free to drop it, and then we can conclude the webinar. Okay. So, Before we conclude, everyone, thank you so much. Thanks to Redington for organizing this webinar. Thanks, Tamer, for your wonderful demo. And nevertheless, thank you everyone for the attendees who were able to join us today. As mentioned, if you have any questions or if you want to know more about Ziwo and how we can help, feel free to drop those an email. My email address is aslam.khan@ziwo.io, and you can also contact at ziwo.io, support@ziwo.io. Great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Thank you so much, Aslam.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Islam. Thank you, everyone, for attending today.
Thanks.
Thanks.